The honeymoon is already over, according to some people. And this guy came back.
This guy.
So, welcome to the Wrestling Council. Welcome to the Wrestling Council. I'm your host, Comic Book Bob, joined as always by my good world-traveling friend, Hollywood Frank.
That's right, baby. Back from Norway.
Our man in Norway. You can catch us here every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, talking about all the biggest news in wrestling. You also follow us on social media, scrolling below and in the leads. And we're joined by a chokeout artist.
Hello.
Dude, he said that and nobody popped for that friggin', but they're like, dude, we're done. Move on.
It's not that they're done, that they don't know about it. Just like the first time when he said stuff about punching people backstage. They don't know about it.
This is ridiculous. But so how was your trip, buddy?
Needed. Much needed. Awesome. And the day we went through the fjord, it's my niece. So shout out to my niece Olivia. She was the planner, the itinerary, everything on her. But the best part was going from Bergen to Flam in the fjords on the ferry boat. 5.5 hour trip, but if you saw the pictures, pictures don't even do it justice. It's so beautiful.
Yeah. And like I said, man, I got to go one of these days. One of these days, you know.
Weather was perfect. 60s to 70s, no rain.
Awesome. But real quick, let's go ahead and check in with everybody before we get into this. Big Daddy was first. He said, hey, yo, Big Daddy.
Hey, yo.
Thanks for being here, man. Malice said, sure, people. What? Oh, I was like, what the hell?
What's up, people? Sure.
People. All right, dude. God, Lord.
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
Hello.
What's up?
What? What the fuck?
What's up? Thanks for being here, Mal. Leg kicks back, says, hello, Mal. Said, hail the Wrestling Council. What's up, brother? Appreciate you being back. Dylan Elm said, afternoon, boys. Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it. But yeah, some interesting stuff in wrestling, man. A lot of stuff happened. We're gonna go get into Backlash.
Thank you, Big Daddy.
Yeah, there's some good pictures, man. Like I said, one of these days I'm gonna have to go with you. One of these days, but a lot of news in wrestling, and of course, there's the man. Nobody's ever content. I swear to God. But what was what was that Boogie? Was that Boogie? No, that was God, what's the guy's name? Jontron, I think his name. He does kind of look like a Boogie a little bit. But before we get into that, I'm gonna go ahead and get into a little something we like to call Good, Bad, and the Ugly, and it is Hollywood's turn this week, so it's good he came back.
Yeah, it's a returning man.
Yes, what's your GBU, my brother?
Been gone for 2 weeks, so a lot going on the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, so
it can go a lot of different ways. My good was, and I'm glad he's got the title. I'm glad to see him getting a rub. This whole thing with Damian Priest, and Judgment Day. Where it goes, who knows? But he beat Uso, and then Balor and McDonough came in the ring, started beating down on him. This is at Backlash.
Yeah.
and Priest picked them and threw them off of him and said it's enough. Is there friction with that? And the crowd is popping for Damien. And is it a face turn for Damien? Maybe. Could it be like they did with Edge in Judgment Day and beat him down and he's out? Who knows? I mean, you got Rhea Ripley out. What's going on with Finn Balor and Damian Priest? I can see it coming soon with Finn Balor versus Damian Priest for a title shot.
Yeah. And it was Dominic's out as well. So I think it's been a long time coming, but I think we're starting to see the disintegration of Judgment Day.
I mean, the factions don't last forever. The longest one right now is Bloodline, and where's that going now? They got the Tonga boys in there.
Yeah, boy, my boy.
It feels like NWO Black and White and NWO Wolfpack.
Yeah,
that's what it's feeling like.
That's what everybody's comparing it to.
Roman Reigns on one side and Solo and the Tonga boys on the other side. So
yeah, potentially Roman versus Rock, which I think I think we kind of figured that's how they were going to get to Roman versus Rock at WrestleMania next year. So, but Miss Saren just started. Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, Miss Saren. Appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
As soon as Ripley's back, Priest will make a face turn. Feel like, I think so. I think she's going to come back as a face too. We may end up getting like 2 warring Judgment Days to decide who's going to be in control of the faction.
Yeah.
So, so what's your bad, my brother?
My bad is with talk about Backlash, Jade Cargill.
Yeah.
Bianca Belair, great in the ring. Kabuki Warriors with Asuka and Io Shirai, no problem. Jade Cargill is that one of these things is not like the other. One of these things does not belong.
That whole we took a whole year to retrain her, and she's out here doing the same shit.
Yeah. They've invested a lot of money in her, so she's not going anywhere anytime soon.
No.
Unlike Gabe Stevenson, who is
a lot of releases,
baby.
Wait, they let him go finally?
Oh yeah, a couple days ago.
Oh,
he's gone.
About time.
Yeah, the WWE released something like 15 people so far this year.
Drew Gulak gone.
Yep.
Heard he was being a bully to people backstage apparently in NXT.
Yep.
But yeah, all that talk about Gabe Stevenson gonna be the next Kurt Angle. But Jade Cargill just still green. I mean, the way they used her in AEW, like Goldberg, very limited.
Yeah.
Got her over, but if you have her an extended amount of time and try to, I don't know what the answer is. I mean, you got the tag titles on her now, her and Bianca.
Well, and
hopefully Bianca can do something with her.
Yeah. And I think that's why they did it, because I know that they realized that she's really green. She's still suspect in the ring, and they need to put her with somebody that can help carry her. And Bianca's one of those people that could probably do it.
Yeah, I mean, if you put her, Jade Cargill, in a match with Maxine Dupree, it'd be like,
what?
I would watch it 100%.
The thing is,
somebody would get hurt
real quick. Yeah. I still think Jade has big upside. I think that she's eventually she's gonna figure it out. But she ain't there right now.
You need people like Bianca.
Yeah.
Big, not bigger as in, but big like Bianca. I'm not talking Nia Jax, because Nia Jax is a different big. But people like Bianca Belair.
Big, strong, athletic.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Would be able to help Jade Cargill out a lot, I think. You
need
people like that who have that size to be able to work with her and hopefully get the best out of her.
Yeah, 100%.
I think not having Charlotte Flair to be there to work with her is a detriment to Jade. There's not that many people her size in wrestling for females.
No, but she definitely needs to have. She needs to be in there with a ring general that can get a decent match out of her, and carry her through it. So until the point where she's actually able to do it, she's got everything else, man. She's got the look, she's got the physique, she's pretty good. She's good. She's decent on the stick, man. Even as young as she is, she's got a lot of upside. She reminds me of Moose about 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah,
like remember when we would talk about Moose, and then he finally clicked for him, and then he started putting on some good matches. So. But when she steps between those ropes, that's when the facade starts to crumble. So
yeah. Hopefully they can work with her. And no, he left. He's back. What's going on, Johnny? Are you with us or not?
I am. Sorry.
Okay,
it's okay.
I lost connection for like.
Right, what's going down there in Brazil? What's going on? What's happening?
Jeez, man.
You don't want to know.
Somebody wake up the yak.
I promise you don't want to know.
Yeah, need to start running on that treadmill. You need to get your animals woke up so they can get your electricity back.
Yeah. So what's your ugly, my brother?
Ugly. This whole draft thing,
It was pretty bad.
Yeah. I really could care less about the draft.
Especially
the first one, SmackDown. It's like nobody left. Like it made such a big deal. Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
You weren't moving people around, and then when you see somebody like Seth Rollins you knew Becky Lynch was going on the same show.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Street
that's
Profits,
why
Bianca Belair is going to be on the same show. If you get Charlotte, these people aren't going on a different show. So if you see somebody drafted that's a couple, obviously the other one's going to be on the same show.
Yeah.
If you really want to shake it up, break up teams, break up tag teams, break up factions.
I'm surprised that we haven't gotten that Montez Ford singles push, man, because he's got it, man. He's ready to go.
You want to shake it up, break them up.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they didn't. They decided to make the stipulation of champions can't change brands.
Yeah.
Because that whole debacle, was it last year with Charlotte and
the
Becky
year
Lynch?
before with Becky and Charlotte. Yeah.
So dumb.
Yeah, it was bad.
Well, one day he hopes it clicks with Bob. All right, we'll see. I don't know what that's for.
I know. I'm kind of lost right now. I'm looking at like 4 different conversations.
But yeah, it
was a very lackluster draft.
You do the draft, and then in a couple weeks, couple months, people from the draft get traded. Like, who cares? Or they appear on the show irregardless.
Yeah.
And then are they on the same show? You got Bronson.
Yeah. The bees.
The killer bees.
The big boy bees.
The new killer bees. All right, put 3 of them in a group.
But this year's draft was like, especially day one, it was just like, really? We're making a big deal out of this. So,
yeah,
but
that's my GBU.
Cool. All right, my GBU. We had some good wrestling this week, this weekend, and then this week, guys. For me, like a highlight of it, like we were talking about, we'll talk about it more when we go over Backlash real quick. But Tonga Loa, joining WWE and being a part of the Bloodline. The GOD is in WWE, and we are finally going to get the GOD versus the Usos. I was always really, one of the things about AEW I was so disappointed in is we never got the GOD versus FTR. They teased it at that one New Japan show, and then never pulled the trigger on it. So that was unfortunate. But from my understanding is he signed with WWE the same time as his brother did. They just held him back. They just held him off so that they could do this. Which, hey, I'm down for it, man. I popped like a friggin' mark when I saw him. I was like, yeah, boy. I'm a big fan of the God. So, Cody versus AJ. I think sticking with Backlash. Cody versus AJ was a great match. Great match. You know, and we knew it would be because they know each other. They're both good. Fantastic match. But dude, I'm gonna tell you what, these next two matches, they friggin' saved Raw this week from being a complete shit show.
Yeah, they did.
Ricochet versus Ilya Dragunov. Oh my freaking God. I have been waiting for Ilya Dragunov to come to the main roster for a long time, man. If you don't know who Ilya Dragunov is, man, if you haven't followed him, go look up his match with Gunther. When Gunther was going by Walter. It was during the pandemic era. They were in the freaking, it was in an empty arena. Dude, that was the most brutal match I've seen that wasn't a hardcore match. And he's just, Ilya Dragunov is a special kind of dude, man. But him and Ricochet, Ricochet is one of those guys that has never been used to his full potential in WWE. Hopefully that's going to change under Triple H. He is getting up there in years, but yeah, they put on a friggin' banger, man. But friggin' Sheamus versus Gunther, running it back from their match. Was it last year?
I think so.
I think it was. Good damn, this is a good match. Holy crap. Yeah, no, hey, I ain't gonna deny it, man. I'm a bit of a mark when it comes to in-ring work, man. I'll mark out for matches like this every freaking single time.
Rob's a mark for anything that deals with New Japan too. Okay.
Well, New Japan's been a little anemic lately, man. And that's the other thing I was going to mention is like an honorary mention for the good, man. The freaking crowd in France, man.
Yeah,
they were. You know what? That's a crowd that doesn't get a whole lot of this. Like we don't realize that we're spoiled over here.
Yeah,
we really are, man. We have a glut of friggin' wrestling to watch, both television and live. They don't get this stuff very often over there. And man, they were going nuts. That's the kind of crowd you really want to play off of, man. But yeah, that crowd was bonker shit. And you could tell they were just having a good time. But yeah, we had some really, really good wrestling over the last 4 or 5 days. The bad.
There we go.
Raw. Those, like I said, those two matches saved it from being a shit show.
But
they cut 2 matches. Kofi Kingston versus Rey Mysterio and Zelina Vega versus Shayna Baszler, pushed them onto live events in favor of this meandering freaking in-ring, probably the worst. I don't know. This might be up there. This might be the worst promo I've ever seen CM Punk ever do. How do you screw up a friggin' promo with Punk? You have him not talk.
Yeah,
make him sit in the ring. You make him sit in the ring like a friggin' dumbass. Looking at his well, he's not calling me back. Oh, he's not here. Oh, I guess I'll just go home. Are you serious? Are you serious?
Yep.
And then topping off that friggin' segment with Becky Lynch was the most boring shit. Like literally the crowd was like, this is boring. What are you doing? Move on. Asking her about her freaking hat from this stupid picture that she took at the friggin' what was it? The horse races?
Kentucky Derby.
The Kentucky Derby. Nobody, it's like literally, it's like that meme where like SpongeBob goes like this and it says, no one cares. I'm just like, what the hell, man? Did somebody hit freaking Triple H in the head with a shovel? But it was just, yeah, Raw was very lackluster other than those 2 matches. Those 2 matches saved it. Like really did. Why is Jeff Cobb in AEW or WWE? I don't get it. I don't know, man. You just should make Cobb their Vader. Yeah, dude, Jeff Cobb, man. The thing is, Jeff Cobb is getting up there in age too, so. But yeah, I don't understand what the whole deal with that was, man. It was just the show. It was a 3-hour show. They literally and it ran so long with those segments and everything that they had to cut even though they cut those 2 matches, they had to cut other stuff. And the thing was, they didn't announce it until the show was actually on that they cut those matches. So the people that were going there, they thought they were going to see those extra 2 matches, the most matches that have ever been on a Raw show ever. And they got kind of screwed. And I don't know, I'd be kind of pissed off if that was me.
Yep.
But yeah, I love Jeff Cobb. Jeff Cobb's badass. So that's my bad. My ugly injuries, man. Holy shit. The injury bug just continues to just kick wrestling in the dick. So the recent wrestling, because we haven't been on for 2 weeks. So recent injuries, Drew McIntyre. Yeah, blood sugar's going up. It's all right. I gotta stop this thing. Stop.
I'm in trouble.
Yeah, sorry about that. But Drew McIntyre, this in the last couple of weeks, we have Drew McIntyre, Asuka, Dominic Mysterio, and Rhea Ripley for WWE going down. For AEW, we've had Bryan Danielson, Julia Hart, Powerhouse Hobbs, and potentially Rey Fenix again, who just came back last week.
Let us not forget Darby Allin got hit by a bus.
Yeah, and Darby Allin, who was already injured, got hit by a bus. Dude. Now the upside, Drew's injury is apparently not very serious because he was on TV this week and they're still pushing that angle, so he should be okay. Same thing with Bryan Danielson. They, his injuries apparently very mild. Rey Fenix, they still haven't come out and said anything, but that is potentially mild as well. But still, 4 more people for WWE, 4 more people for AEW, and I'm looking at the friggin' injury list, and holy shit, it is massive. There's a lot more people injured than I even realized. For WWE, you've got Punk, Cruz del Toro, Dominic Mysterio, Drew McIntyre, Seth. Well, Seth is Seth is back, so he's off of that list. Alexa Bliss, who is apparently supposed to be back soon.
Well, she's not injured. She just had a baby.
Yeah, she was on maternity leave. Biggie, Charlotte, Dexter Lumis, Eric of the Viking Raiders, Jimmy Uso. He's an undisclosed injury. They don't know when he's going to be back. Nikki Cross, Raquel Rodriguez, Shotzi, Sonya Deville, Tamina, Valhalla. That's just in WWE. And AEW, dude, listen to this freaking list. I was like, holy freaking shit. Adam Cole, Bandito, The Blade, Bryan Danielson, Danhausen, Britt Baker, Chuck Taylor, Darby Allin, Dralistico, Jamie Hayter, Jeff Hardy, Juice Robinson, Julia Hart, Keith Lee, Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi, Mark Davis, Mark Quinn, Miro, MJF, Ortiz, Penelope Ford, Powerhouse Hobbs, Ruby Soho, Sammy Guevara, Scorpio Sky, and Wheeler Yuta.
Wait, Danhausen just wrestled the other day.
I think
he won a championship, and then Matt Cardona took it off of him.
According to this, he might he's inactive in AEW, but has been performing in independent shows. Okay.
Yeah. And then Adam Cole was just walking around the other day. They had him.
Yeah, but he's not ready yet. There's no way he's ready yet.
Valhalla's not back till next year because she's pregnant again.
Yeah. But seriously, dude, like, what the freaking hell? That's a lot of people, man.
It is.
Like, just for AEW, you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of their top talent. Okay, and that's not like I'm not talking about Mick. I'm talking 13 of their top people are out. Holy shit, man. Yeah, and that's the thing too, is like Matt's like I think Jeff is done. I think he's going to be leaving, go back to TNA with his brother. But the injury bug, man, just like, oh my god, dude. And some of these people are like kind of late in their careers too, like Bryan Danielson and Asuka. They're not going to be around much longer. So, but yeah, the injury bug jumped up and bit some more people.
Yeah, and Dexter and Nikki Cross are
they're
the new faction, the new Uncle Howdy faction.
Yeah, the new Wyatt Six. But yeah, dude, I just saw that. I was like, oh my God, man, even more. Jeez. And that's not even on top of the friggin' releases, man. 20 from WWE and like was it 9 or 10 from AEW. So there's a lot of people flying around out there that are going to be looking for jobs. So there's some potential for other people to pick them up.
Yeah, well, Scott D'Amore is starting a new promotion, I thought.
Yeah,
and maybe Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah, I'm surprised the two of them didn't hook up.
Yeah, so am I.
But who knows? It may still happen. But yep, that's my GBU, guys. Johnny, you want to add anything?
Just the best thing that happened this week was CM Punk getting stuck in Titan Tower.
Dude, I think he just likes doing shit like that. Because this is like the second time. This is like the second or third time in like the last year or so that something like this has happened. So
yeah, it was just fantastic.
Yeah, it was pretty funny though. I'll give him that. All right. So real quick before we go forward, let's touch on Backlash because that does kind of weigh in on the main story that we have here.
Yeah.
Backlash results.
Predictable.
Yeah, pretty much exactly. Like I said, the crowd that crowd in France really did enhance that show and make it a lot more enjoyable. Big things that came out of it, obviously, Tonga Loa showing up, joining the bloodline and reforming the Guerrillas of Destiny. I don't know. Obviously, I don't know if they might call them that. They might call them that because they actually referenced. They've been referencing New Japan a lot. They referenced New Japan with AJ and Cody. Said they were both members of Bullet Club.
Yep.
So who knows, man? I mean, they let Will Ospreay keep his theme music and everything from when he was in New Japan.
Cody.
Yep.
Okada, I mean.
What's that?
Okada kept his as well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, almost everybody that went to AEW kept theirs. But yeah, it was a good match. I mean, obviously, it's Solo, Sikoa, Orton, Owens, all those guys.
Right.
So good match. Really good. Really happy to see Tonga Loa there, and looking forward to when we eventually get that Usos versus God. Bayley versus Naomi versus Tiffany Stratton. Again, good match. Pretty much exactly what we expected. Bayley winning. Crowd was super into her, so that was fun. Damian Priest versus Jey Uso. It was all right. It was a good match. Just further along the whole eventual disintegration of Judgment Day.
Yeah.
There was a botch in it though where Jimmy took a long, and I think that's because he was a little beat up to get Priest making that choke slam look kind of awkward. But that wasn't bad. Probably the worst match on the entire show. Kabuki Warriors versus Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. There were multiple botches in this. Thing.
Yes, there was.
Jade clearly has not improved, at least not dramatically in any way, shape, or form. Again, looks great. I think it's a good idea to put her with Jade. I mean, with Bianca to help enhance her. It was, it was exactly what you would expect.
Yes.
But yep, unfortunately, Asuka's injured, which sucks. But then Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles. This was a great match, man. Great match. AJ showing he could still go, although clearly there's some moves he can't do anymore because he's getting up there, and that's what happens with high flyers, man. They got to change up things, but yeah, this was exactly the match that we expected it to be, and like I said, that crowd was awesome. So Backlash, it's largely a filler show.
Yeah,
pretty much exactly what we expected it to be. Had a couple of good matches. you know, like I said, that crowd in France probably had the time of their lives. And but it does lead into the main story that we have, and that story is, are WWE fans already turning on Cody Rhodes? So if you guys remember, it was about 2.5 years ago now, right? When Cody jumped, it was almost exactly 2 years, because he debuted at WrestleMania. So 2 years ago, Cody jumped shipped to from AEW to WWE. He made his debut against Seth Rollins at WrestleMania.
Yep.
And 2 years later, Cody wins the world title from Roman. Everybody was super stoked about it and whatnot. But since that day, since WrestleMania, and I blame the way that Cody's been booked a little bit. Fans are already starting to say things like he's bored. This is boring. You know, what's going to happen? You know, like bring back Roman, Snorefest, and there's a lot of people, a lot of shows, and a lot of writers that are saying, man, you know, if Cody turns heel, this would be a really really good thing, because they're talking about how, you know, like they're talking about the way he's being presented, the way he's presenting himself, the promos that he's doing. They're saying that they're already talking about him turning heel. There's people already talking about they're tired with it. They think the way he's been booked is boring. His promos are exactly the same, which I do kind of blame WWE for that, because for the first 3 weeks that he came out after WrestleMania, every show he was cutting the exact same promo, saying the exact same things, wasn't really doing much of anything. And already some of the E-drones they're done with them. And to that, I say, all you people, all you WWE fans stands out there that were pissing all over AEW saying, oh, you guys turned against Cody Rhodes. You guys were booing him and you made him want to leave. Now you're getting ready to do the same thing, and he's only been the champion. He's been the champion for a month.
Yeah.
It's like, shut the hell up with your bullshit. And it goes back to what we were saying when he was in AEW. A big part of the reason why the fans in AEW started booing Cody is because Cody booked himself into a corner. He wasn't allowed to, and they wanted Cody. We wanted Cody to go for the world title.
Yes.
But he couldn't do that unless he turned heel. And let's also not forget that when Cody got super popular, when he left, when he went to Ring of Honor, when he went to New Japan, he was a heel. He did it as a heel. He basically changed his persona completely. Started wearing the business suits. Started coming out like he was a big deal. Completely different from his dad. He called himself the American Nightmare. So when the people don't, you guys turned on Cody and everything. No, the reason why people were booing him in AEW is because we were trying to summon the Nightmare. We were trying to let them know we love this guy. We want him to be the world champion. We want him to be in the world title scene. You can't do that as a face. Okay, get rid of the tired gimmick. Let's bring back the Nightmare. That's what people wanted. When he jumped over to WWE, he was still the Captain America character, but it was a different venue, it was a different company. That thing that Cody does, his whole babyface persona, Cody's good. He can pull that off, but I don't think it has longevity. Cody got over as a heel. I feel like we say this to a lot of people, Cody's natural state is a heel.
Plus, they're not booking him against a worthy challenger. I'm sorry, AJ Styles is not.
It was filler.
It is not title worthy to me. I think AJ Styles' career is about over, and I don't see any title runs in his future.
Yeah,
once his contract's over, he's done. He's retiring.
Yeah, and he's actually said as much. So he's basically in Bryan Danielson mode in WWE. He's still able to put on these banger matches, but he's basically there to put over other people, and that's what this match with Cody was.
They should be setting up Cody Rhodes versus Gunther.
Yep, and I think that is eventually where they're going.
But it's going to be too late, because if you're going to do that, it's not too late. But if you're going to do that, then they're both going to do turns. Gunther's going to be the face, and Cody would be the heel.
I don't see Gunther ever turning face.
You can keep Cody as a face if you want. In my opinion, that's not the problem. But introduce the next issue. He's been just talking about how important it was for him to win, but no one shows up. Like, Punk and McIntyre have been better without being able to have a physical match. Like, give him a guy that can hate him. Introduce he got over Roman. Introduce the next guy that's gonna be his enemy.
Yeah, and it
just
feels like
go out and tell how happy he is. That doesn't work.
Yeah, and the thing is in WWE coming out and saying that they have no solid plans for him going forward, that's not a good thing.
No,
that's not good. That means that they're just trying to wing it. Real quick, Bidon said, people often remember the chase a lot more than the title run. And to be honest, when your whole gimmick is winning the belt your dad couldn't, it's hard to keep your heat when the story is technically over. So that's the thing too. Like, we knew what they needed to have a strong, like Johnny said, after this was over, because we knew Roman was leaving. We knew he was going away, and we knew he was going to Hollywood for a while. They needed to have a real top level, solid heel come after Cody. Because now I've got the belt. Now I've got to defend it. You've got to put him behind the 8 ball. You got to be like, basically, he's got a target on his back. Everybody's coming for him. And the first person out the gate should have been somebody massive. It should have been, like, I honestly think it should have been Gunther.
Yep.
I think it should have been, Gunther should have come out immediately and be like, I'm coming for you. You've got what I want. And honestly, you've got Captain America versus the Red Skull. Okay. Gunther looks the part of a friggin' Marvel villain. All right. That's the feud that they should be setting up with Cody for the future. Okay. Like, that's going to be his main foil for the next 3 or 4 years.
Right.
But they didn't do that. And the last month has been, like you said, like I said, the match between him and AJ was fantastic. Nobody expects him to continue feuding with AJ after this.
No.
So he's spinning his wheels, and that's not good. You had this defining moment.
Lost him again.
John lost him again. You had this defining moment, and now it's falling flat. Everything's falling flat. And the fans, and especially WWE fans, they're all about the moments. They're all about, they're more social media addicted than anybody. You've got to keep their interest. You've got to keep them. Somebody's choking out. All right. You've got to move to the next big moment, the next big event, the next big moment. They haven't done that with Cody, and they get bored really fast. They get bored very, very fast.
Yep.
So, I think Cody will be. I do think Cody will be fine. I would not be surprised if by this time next year, though, that he's a heel. Wouldn't shock me at all.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I don't think they're looking at this the right way. I think they're going to end up having to turn him heel, especially if they continue booking him like this. But like I said, the thing that really kind of like, I was like, Jesus, guys, really? It's only been a month, and you already like, bring back Roman, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, one, they don't like trying anything new, and two, we were saying this before he left. It was like, this is who Cody is. Like, if he's not playing the Captain America character, he's playing the Nightmare, and the Nightmare, I feel, has more longevity. So the fact that the fact that they're already saying this to me, that's a failure on WWE's part to book him strong, in my opinion. And it's also a failure of the fans to understand what they're trying to do with Cody. So,
yeah, and unfortunately, now that you've got Gunther on Raw,
yeah,
you can't have that. Because you look at the rosters that go into effect that went into effect starting yesterday. On Raw, you've got, and I'm just going outside. You got Braun Strowman, Braun Breaker, CM Punk obviously injured, Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, Finn Balor, Gunther, Jey Uso. Who else?
I mean, those are pretty much the
Sami
main.
Zayn, Sheamus. You look at SmackDown. You've got AJ Styles, done. Andrade.
They're not pushing. They're not going to push.
You got Dawkins and what's his name? You've got now. I like Carmelo Hayes, but his time's not here yet.
Yeah. You're
Kevin
talking
Owens,
about
KO, LA Knight, Montez Ford, Randy Orton. Okay, I don't think Randy Orton. Does he have another title run in him? I don't know. Shinsuke, I don't care about Shinsuke. I don't care about DIY.
They called Baron Corbin back up. So
yeah, I mean you've got nobody. You got better star power on Raw than you do on SmackDown. So who are you going to put him up against?
Yeah, it's like you could and we know they're going to eventually do it. They're going to bring back Braun. Not Braun, but Brock. They're going to bring back Brock. So we may end up getting Brock in there. Braun Breaker is another possibility. I don't think he's
Braun Breaker's on Raw.
I know, but I'm saying these are guys that you could do if well, him being the world champion. Well, yeah, because they said that Priest title is the official one for Raw now.
Yeah.
They've kind of hamstrung themselves in this.
Right. The only guys I consider would be Andrade, Carmelo Hayes, maybe KO, LA Knights up and down, Montez Ford. I'd love to see him get a title or a singles push.
I'd like to see Montez
Logan Paul.
Ford
Nobody cares about.
Dude, I'll be honest with you, man. It's time to take that belt off Logan Paul.
Randy Orton, injury wise, is he going to stay healthy? And I care less about Shinsuke. And then the only other guys you really got that we care about is a bloodline.
Yeah. And the fact that Gunther. Now, is Gunther SmackDown or Raw?
Gunther is Raw.
Yeah, he's Raw. So again,
you got better talent on Raw because you got Gunther, you've got Damian Priest, you got Braun Breaker, Braun Strowman, Chad Gable, McIntyre, Jey Uso.
They really kind of shit the
Sami
bed with
Zayn, Sheamus. I mean,
I'm trying to think of who on SmackDown he could, other than the ones that we mentioned. There is really nobody, is there?
No, you're not going to have him against Angel Garza or Baron Corbin. Like, come on.
Interesting. Do you know who he was talking about? He was talking about R-Truth. It's like, Jesus, are you serious, dude?
R-Truth on Smack or on Raw.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Pete Dunne honestly is a legitimate threat. Neither is DIY.
Yeah. Jacob Fatu is the new tribal chief. I'm just waiting for him to show up, dude. But I wonder what side he's going to be on. Is he going to be on Roman's side or is he going to be on Solo's?
And A-Town Down Under. Don't even get me started with trying to put those guys.
Oh, God damn it, dude. Ugh. That might be the worst moment from friggin' WrestleMania when they put the belts on those two jackoffs. No, seriously, they do nothing for me, man. I'm like, this is boring. These two, I can't stand them. And I'm not talking like as heels. I'm just talking. They got go away heat for me. Mal, dude, please be careful, man. Alexis tried to squeeze me out of merch. Hey, jerk off. What are you trying to win this?
There he goes again.
Yeah, and that's why when the situation with Cody, I blame WWE and their booking a lot for a lot of this, man. The draft should have been a time for them to really shake things up and spread that roster around to give Cody some real opponents. And everybody went to freaking Raw. And I don't understand that. I don't understand why you would take your top, other outside of 2 or 3 people, you put all your best people on Raw. Unless this has something to do with the Netflix deal or something like that. I don't know, man.
That's dumb though. If you wait until next year, the Netflix deal goes into effect the first of the year. You got so much talent on Raw that you're hamstringing your champion, your world title champion, Cody Rhodes on SmackDown.
Yeah, I don't know, man. So SmackDown roster as it stands right now, you got AJ, Andrade. I'm just looking at people that could potentially be Bobby Lashley. That's somebody that he might be able to do something with.
Maybe, but isn't Lashley like in his close to 50, if not?
Oh yeah, Lashley ain't going to be around much longer. I think Bobby's pushing 50. Yeah,
and Carmelo Hayes' time isn't. He's great, but not yet.
Yeah, he's 47. So, I'm looking Logan Paul, LA Knight maybe. Well, KO is actually KO is on SmackDown.
Yeah,
still. So, but he's really they don't really have anybody. Like the people that I could see them doing something with: Logan Paul, LA Knight, Kevin Owens, Johnny Gargano, but they haven't booked him worth a shit, so no. He's not viable. Bobby Lashley, I really hope to God it's not Baron Corbin, because even though he was better in NXT, dude, I don't want to see him in a world title scene.
Give me Cody versus Andrade.
Cody versus Andrade would be great, but is it going to have staying power?
Has already been great, but like if you want to build a feud around him, who's going to talk for him?
Yeah. So Dylan said, honestly, I think KO's about to be a tag team with Randy after the reaction from Backlash. I can see that. I can see them going for the tag belts.
Like I said, I love Carmelo Hayes, the character, but to me it's just too soon to be putting him in a title picture.
Yeah, he's not ready. He's not ready. But literally, like I'm looking at SmackDown's roster, and see here post draft.
It's awful.
SmackDown.
It's awful.
It's bad. Montez Ford. I mean, Ford is the guy that if you were like they need to Shawn Michaels Ford. They need to have him turn on his tag partner and take him out, man. And yeah, they really don't have anybody. Like I said, those 4 or 5 people that we just mentioned, that's it. You put them against Austin Theory? Please God, I'd rather put a gun in my mouth.
Oh, Marty Jannetty tried to escape by jumping through the window.
Jeez. But yeah, like Montez Ford, I think he's got a lot of upside. I think he could really be something special. But right now, as it is, dude, you got 3 people. You got 3 people for him to feud with. That's it. That's it. Meanwhile, over on Raw, listen to this friggin' roster, dude.
I told you.
Yeah, you got Braun Breaker. You got Braun Breaker, CM Punk, Chad Gable, Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Gunther, Ilya Dragunov. I mean, you could potentially throw someone like Dominic Mysterio in there as a filler thing or something like that. But then you got Jey Uso, and yeah, that's way that's like 7 guys. Dragon Lee, yeah, dude, they're not going to push Dragon Lee. I was so disappointed in the way that they've used him since he went over there. That's a dude that's amazing in the ring. Amazing in the ring.
And you have Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, and Sheamus, 3 more guys on
Yep.
Raw.
Yep.
It's like it's stacked on Raw.
Yeah. Yeah. Post-draft Raw is like ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And even if you wanted to like throw in some filler guys, you got Braun Strowman, like I said, you got Dominic Mysterio. You know, you've got some guys that you can throw in there that as filler, but then you've got those 7 or 8 guys that could be top people. It's just that's what I'm thinking, man. That's what I'm thinking. It's got to be an association with the Netflix deal. But you leaving your post everybody starving on an island and SmackDown is a boat strategy. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know what it is. But unless they're planning on picking up somebody big and bringing them in as a signee or something, get Solo built up to challenge Cody. I think that's coming. I do think that's coming, but they're not going to put that. They're not going to put the world title on Solo.
No.
Now the thing that I wonder is this The Rock? Is this Rock putting some? But it's not going to be Rock versus. Rock says he wants to do him versus Cody. He does want to do him versus Cody. But the big match for WrestleMania next year is The Rock versus Roman.
Yep.
So I don't think anybody's going to take Solo seriously. Solo, dude, Jacob. See, that's what I'm thinking. But here's the thing. Is Jacob Fatu going to come in and is he going to become the leader? Because that's who's going to have to be the one that goes after Cody. Now, Jacob is the most talented of all of them. He's better than all of his family members. So that would be the dude if it was me. But I get the feeling they're building up Solo to challenge, which, that's fine. But there's no way they're putting that. There's no way they're taking the belt off Cody and putting it on Solo.
No.
So Jacob Fatu, I could definitely see. Jacob Fatu is amazing. But yeah, really, I really don't know where they go from here. Outside of bringing somebody, like I said, bringing somebody in. So this whole thing with people saying that they're already done with Cody and they're already tired of it, it's because there's nothing to look forward to. And I don't know why they did this. And I wonder if this has got something to do with the reports that that Rock and Triple H are butting heads over creative. What do you think?
I don't know. I just, you and I both went over the rosters extensively, and it's just, to me, you are not booking your world champion in a favorable light.
No.
The only option you're going to have is turning him heel.
Yeah, and it almost feels like they are doing this deliberately to turn him heel. And if that's the case, then all this shit that people were talking about AEW, you need to take that shit and throw it. First of all, you need to apologize to all the AEW fans for talking all that shit. And you need to toss this idea out the freaking window that they drove him off.
Because all these promos he's cutting are getting boring real quick.
Yep, they're very stale. And here's the thing: Cody can cut a really good promo. We've heard him cut some banger promos. This feels like somebody's writing this shit for him, and it's just pushing it out there. It really does feel like they are planning on turning him heel sooner rather than later. Like I said, Jacob is the new tribal chief. He's going to feud with Roman. Putting the title on him would be interesting. Dude, if Jacob Fatu comes into that friggin' company, he's going to immediately, very quickly, they're going to realize what they've got with him, and he's going to be in the world title scene real fast. That dude's amazing. If you've ever seen any of his matches in MLW, his matches with Hammerstone, dude, he's amazing. He's amazing. There's one thing to look forward to when Cody dyes his hair brown. If he does that, he's definitely going heel. He does that, he's definitely going. I'm looking at NXT, and I'm looking for anybody in NXT that could be like a call up. That could potentially, do something, and there ain't nobody. There's that's why that was one of the things I'm watching the the draft, and I'm literally going, "What is going on?" Hammerstone is in
MLW.
TNA, and
Oh,
no, he's
in
signed
MLW,
with
isn't he?
TNA. No, he left MLW. He signed with
Okay.
TNA. Yeah, Hammerstone's in TNA. That's dude. I'm amazed. I'm amazed that WWE didn't snatch that guy up. Amazed. Yeah, dude. Dylan said the minute WWE fans see a 300-pound Samoan man do a perfect moonsault, Jinder Fatu will be a megastar. Dude, I'm amazed. Like, I was surprised that he actually re-signed with MLW a few years ago when he actually stayed. I thought he was definitely going to friggin' especially with how popular the Bloodline was. I thought he was 100% going to friggin' WWE. But if that dude shows up, man, forget it. He's gonna be the new top guy as far as the Bloodline's concerned. Has to be, because he is 100% the best. He's the best, most talented one of all of them.
They better start with this Friday getting a new opponent for Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, dude, because it's the Guild is very quickly falling off the lily, and like I said, I was surprised at how fast fans were like starting to turn on him and everything. But then when you start breaking it down, you realize that when they needed that supervillain right out the gate to propel him forward, and they haven't done it.
Yeah,
And,
you got Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair. You don't have a Ric Flair for Cody Rhodes.
No. Well, no, they do. He's just not on he's not on SmackDown. They've got people that could have filled that. They've got Gunther. Gunther's perfect. Why? I don't know. I don't get it. I really don't. But I was very shocked to see how quickly people were turning on him. But then again, when you break it down, you're like, yeah, I can see why. Because like I said, the journey, we went on that journey with him, and he got to the top of the mountain, and he got the belt for his dad. What do you do next? You got to give him a monster to overcome. You got to put him behind the 8 ball, and they didn't do it.
What do you think, Mr. Neck Brace, Johnny?
We're just gonna have to wait and see, because if this next promo is just him talking about how happy he is he won the match at Backlash, then there's not much we can do about it.
Yeah. How about Ludwig Kaiser? Ludwig Kaiser is a good wrestler. He doesn't have the presence that you need to turn him into like a main foil. Exactly. Rocky needed Drago after Clubber Lane, not Tommy Gunn. Exactly. They had to. The way it works with him, when you've got that kind of a character like Cody, you've got that Captain America. The next villain has to be even bigger. Just you got to do that. Friggin' Gunther was perfect. He would be perfect to be the guy. Cody is obviously I'm not comparing them as far as their impact and everything. Cody is Stone Cold. Gunther's The Rock. You got to have that main foil, and then they just got to, for the next three or 4 years, they got to butt heads. They butt heads. They come apart a little bit in between, come back together, butt heads again, and come apart. You got to keep doing that. Kaiser could be the test for Gunther to watch Cody. Yeah, but Gunther's not on SmackDown unless they're gonna do what Vince did in the past, where they're just completely, here's the draft. Forget it. You just have him come on over. Just completely disregard it.
They can do a trade.
Yeah,
and say we're trading this guy for that guy.
But yeah, like I said, I'm shocked that they set things up this way. But we'll see. I don't want Cody's run to fail. I don't want. I said they could have the next John Cena in Cody if they did it right. So far, they ain't doing it right.
Nope.
So, but other than that, is there anything else you guys want to touch on? Anything you want to talk about? So you guys want to talk about?
Yeah,
I'm good.
You gotta stop doing that, dude.
I got my godlike.
Godlike. All right.
Yeah.
That's a shocker.
I'm comic book Bob. I got to talk about my comic books.
You feeling better with your neck brace there, Tony?
I'll feel better if I ever hit 1 million viewers again.
Dude, here's the thing. They will. It's gonna. Well, they will if they quit doing dumb shit. But here's the thing. Everybody giving him crap about that neck brace. Come on, dude. How many times have we seen in the past where people did that shit?
How many times did Bobby Heenan have a neck brace on? Or
yeah, dude. Freaking Vince did it. Bobby Heenan did it. I can't remember everybody that did it, but that's one of the oldest gimmicks in wrestling. It's like, come on, you're just talking shit to talk shit. Big Dave said getting ready for Tuesday Night Titans with JD and Solid Monster at 8:30. Yep, go check that out, guys. Because we're wrapping it up here. Anyway, guys, appreciate everyone that's being here. Frank, welcome home. Glad you had a good time. Johnny, I hope everything's okay down there in the land of cavemen and shit there where you live.
Oh. Yeah, there you go.
Bob Orton with the cast for 5. Yeah, Bob Orton had a cast on his arm for 5 years, dude. So, but we appreciate everybody, guys. Everybody that was here. Leg Kick, Big Daddy, Maldacito, Dylan. I'm trying to remember everybody. I'm Miss Darren, and everybody that was lurking and everything. Appreciate it, guys, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.
Goodbye.